Yeah, I think so.
Titans engaged. Advise you prioritizing targets. Warning, reactor exposed.
Orb, I'm right behind you. Yo, while you're killing him, I'm killing the other guy. Orb! What the shit, dude? What the shit, dude?
Alright, so what is going on, everybody? My name is Joel, aka Orb, and I'm checking in with you guys yet again here on the YouTube channel to talk about a newly released title, which is Titanfall 2. Now, this title, I've been really hyped for it. I was really hyped for Titanfall 1, but unfortunately, I moved to San Diego at the time of the release, and I was studying there, and I had no decent computer. I only had a shitty laptop. Obviously, did not have a connection in, like, it wasn't a college dorm, but the connection they offered was Wi-Fi. So, playing games on Wi-Fi connection, not really recommended, and also with a laptop. I just didn't even bother trying to really play any games while I was there. So, anyways, my San Diego story put aside, I did not really get to play Titanfall 1 that much, so I was really hyped for Titanfall 2. Obviously, going into Titanfall 2, I knew that a lot of people were skeptical in terms of the player base and how the player base is actually going to kind of stick with the game. And obviously, that's a big thing, man. If you're going to spend $60 on a AAA title and then you're going to only be able to play it for a month before the hype dies down so much that nobody actually plays the game. So this was obviously a valid concern of mine, and I'm hoping that that is really not going to be the case. If I ask people in my Twitch chat, and just people in general that are playing the game, one of the biggest fears or biggest kind of concerns people have with the game is that they think that the player base is going to die out in a couple of months. So obviously that was one of my main concerns with the game, but also when I actually jumped into the game when it released on October 27th, I believe, or something like that. When the game actually released, we did a big stream, I think 12 plus hours or so, and I felt like I was going to hate Titanfall 2, and it couldn't be further from the truth now at this point in time today. Now, my main problems with the game so far, and I just want to talk about this as kind of like my first impressions kind of deal with Titanfall 2 now that the game is finally out, and my thoughts and opinions, and I just want to give you guys a better understanding of what I did to overcome the troubles I have with Titanfall 2. Now, I know there might be some people like me that are completely new to Titanfall 2, and that's totally okay. I didn't play Titanfall 1 that much. I played Titanfall 1 a little bit pre-release, and then also I think a couple of games lately, just, when Titanfall 2 was announced and it was like, man, it's coming out soon, let's jump on and play Titanfall 1. That's when I actually jumped on and played, and it was like me, a couple of subs, and like 8 other people on all the servers. It was kind of crazy. We jumped on Titanfall 2 now, and I feel like the game was so fast-paced. I was like, I'm never going to pick this up. Everything moves so fast. The pilots move fast. The Titans move fast. Everything you're doing, it's like you got to act really fast in a really snappy manner in order to do what you got to do. And going on top of that, I feel like obviously the Titans are really fast in the way that you can dash forward and stuff with certain Titans. I feel like Titans in itself, I was like, I'm never gonna understand this. As much as I'm not gonna kind of get a grip for how fast the pilots are moving. I mean, if one thing, I can kind of get used to that. Eventually, if I play more and more, obviously I'll get into all the wall running, the boosting, the double jump, how you move around the map in the fastest possible way. But when it came to the Titans, I was like, I'm never gonna, this makes no sense to me. There's like 4 different buttons, and they're not placed like 1, 2, 3, 4 on your keyboard. They're placed like Q, F, V, 4. It's like all over the place. Not all over the place, but for somebody that's brand new and fresh to Titanfall, it was a completely new kind of a control scheme, and I did definitely not have the muscle memory to do all these actions in the way I wanted to do them. So if you look at this from like an overview perspective here, I did not like the pilots running around. I did not like the Titans moving around. What do we have left of Titanfall 2? If we can't do the Titans and we can't do the pilots, we have nothing. We have no game whatsoever. So I was kind of salty and kind of not really salty. Well, yeah, I was definitely salty, but I was more frustrated with myself because I'm like, man, I play all kinds of games like Overwatch, CS:GO, CSGO. I play H1C1, Call of Duty, all these shooters that are, you know, at different speeds. Call of Duty might be the fastest one of those I mentioned. Maybe Overwatch is in there too, but the games are really fast-paced, and, you know, you have to move around, you have to aim around really fast, you have to do quick, decisive movements. But when it came to Titanfall, I was just like, I feel like a newborn, I feel like a new player, I feel like a newbie. That's what I felt like. I felt like an absolute newbie, which I was, to be quite fair. But here's the thing. I gave it time, all right? Obviously, I did a bunch of Titanfall stuff with EA, so they obviously gave me a key for the game, so I was like, man, I have this key for the game that is worth $60. Why am I not using the $60 worth of a key? I should really try to get some game time in. So I spent some time off stream, just, you know, calm and collected in my own kind of atmosphere, in my own zone, right? Now, I don't have to interact with people in chat. I don't have to look into a camera when I'm talking. I can just do me. And I sat down and I literally played with every single Titan a little bit. I played with different loadout for the pilots, and I kind of got used to moving a little bit faster with pilots. Now, if you watch, this is a guy called Frothy Omen. I think it's Frothy Omen. This guy is, I don't know how he moves so fast. In the pre-release of Titanfall 2, I had to play against him, and it was like the worst nightmare I've ever had in my life. This guy moves around so fast. He is super talented at the game, and he just absolutely destroyed me. Once again, making me feel like I haven't touched FPS games in all my life. But I started watching some of his videos, and I started watching other streamers and how they kind of do things and how they move around, and I learned a lot. So I want you guys to, if you find Titanfall 2, if you find any game a little bit daunting, a little bit too hard to grasp, maybe you grasp the basics of the game, but you can't really get into the advanced stuff of moving around fast, watch streamers do it. Watch YouTube videos. Kind of take time. Jump into a private match. Just running around, jumping around, taking your time. It can be quite stressful to do it in an online match when, you know, you need to actually kill people, and you don't want to die too many times, obviously. So, guys, if you feel like Titanfall 2 is, you know, too daunting of a task sometimes, if it feels like the times are too complicated, it feels like the pilots, you don't really know how to move fast or how to aim good, give it time, all right? This sounds like a very general bit of advice, but this actually helped me a lot with the Titanfall 2. But yes, that's kind of a summary of my thoughts here. Obviously, this was more kind of geared towards my initial problems, my initial troubles with Titanfall 2. But I'm having a blast with the game. I'm kind of sad I missed Titanfall 1, but from the looks of it, from people in chat and people I play with, they say that Titanfall 2 is a step up. Obviously, it's not going to be a big kind of difference between Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2, but people seem to enjoy it. I'm definitely enjoying it. But what do you guys think of Titanfall 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's start this discussion. It's totally okay if you're totally against it or totally for it. Whatever you are, let me know in the comment section below. And that has got to be everything, guys. So rate, comment your thing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later. Bye-bye.